Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the garden. It is August 12th, 2024, around 11 o'clock, and it is a fabulous day here. It is about 71 degrees. There is a beautiful breeze, and it's very refreshing. We just came off about 2 weeks of some terrible heat where you couldn't even be out in the garden. So I'm going to tackle some much needed projects today. One is labor intensive, so I thought taking advantage of this cool weather would be very appropriate. I'm going to be digging up some daffodils. The second job, not so hard, but I need to tackle my spires. They desperately need a haircut. So come along with me as we tackle some projects today. When my mother passed away several years ago, I dug up a lot of the daffodils that were at her house. I brought them home and I planted them around the outside edge of this daylily bed. Didn't really want them there, still don't want them there. That's why today I'm going in and I'm going to be digging them out. We're going to start by digging a trench to kind of figure out where they are. And I'm only going down just a few inches to pull the grass off. And then I'm going to throw that into the gator. This is just to remove the grass so I can feel around. Then I need to come back in here, and lo and behold, there's one right there. So I'm just going to dig around with my hands a little bit, see if I can find anything. There's another one. And as I said, these have been in here several years, so I'm not sure how many I'm going to find. That looks about it for right there. So that's the basic premise of what I'm going to do, is just dig a trench all the way around this daylily bed and then get on my hands and knees and start digging for daffodils. See you in a little bit. Hi everybody, welcome back to the garden. And I say back to the garden because, believe it or not, it has been 2 weeks since I started that daffodil project. Between the rain and work, I just have not had a chance to get out here and do anything major in the garden. I did sneak out from time to time to trim up the spires so the body looks pretty good, but the top still looks a little Dr. Seuss-ish with some wild and crazy hair going on there. When I trim, I use a good pair of pruners, sharp pruners. I do not use electric hedge trimmers because I don't feel confident enough with that. You surely could use them if you want to. I also have my Felcos, so I can do some fine-tuned trimming if I need to, and a good sturdy step ladder so that I don't have to worry about falling when I'm up high tackling that job. The last thing you want to do is tip over with a sharp pair of pruners in your hand. So come along as we finish the spires, and then we're going to go back to the daffodils, I promise. Let's talk daffodils. Daffodils have to be one of the biggest bang for your buck bulbs that you can buy. Try saying that 3 times fast. But they truly are. Not only do they come in a variety of shapes and sizes, there's little ones, there's tall ones, there's yellow, there's whites with little pink edges, white with pink centers, little teeny tiny flowers on multiple stems. There's a huge variety of daffodils. And not only that, they bloom at different times. There's some early bloomers all the way to late bloomers. So if you do some shopping for daffodils, you can come up with some varieties that will give you flowers from early spring till early summer. Now, daffodils, why I love them so much is because they multiply so well for me here in the Northeast. We have a cold season, which they prefer. They need a cold season to multiply and to grow well, so it works out perfectly for here. They also need a well-draining soil, and because I'm sandy soil, that's perfect for them, and full sun. They love full sun. So as long as you give them those conditions, they will come back for you year after year after year. The deer don't eat them, the voles don't eat them, the squirrels don't dig them up. They're perfect. Unlike tulips, which are also a bulb, but they're not reliably hardy. They're not going to come back as strong as a daffodil will over the years. So if you're new to gardening and you're looking to put your money someplace, put it into daffodils rather than tulips. Now, daffodils multiply in one of 2 ways. So we're going to do a little botany lesson here. So if you missed this in 2nd grade, here's your chance to catch up. Daffodils multiply by pollination, which is the birds and the bees. So if you think of this as a daffodil, it's not, it's a daylily, but for right now, let's think of it as a daffodil. The bees are going to come and they're going to pollinate the flower. The result of pollination is seed formation. So this is a seed head. This is actually the seed head of a daylily. Looks kind of similar to what it is on a daffodil, but I deadhead my daffodils because this takes a lot of energy out of a plant to produce seeds. I would rather it not produce seeds, so I deadhead. Anyway, back to this. When the bees bring the pollen in, they're bringing pollen from different types of daffodils, and that's mixing with the genetics of this flower. So you really don't know what is going to happen to those seeds. They could come out to be anything. They could look like the mother, they could look like, quote, the father plant, they could be a combination of the 2. You never know what the seeds are going to look like. So yes, you can let this mature, you can let the seeds fall to the ground, and you can let them grow naturally like they would in the wild. But it takes years. It's going to take you years and years and years for this seed to mature enough to get to the point where it flowers. That's why I prefer asexual reproduction. Asexual starts with the bulb, because a daffodil is a bulb. Let me find one here. A daffodil is a bulb. When you buy a daffodil, it's going to look like this, and it is a bulb. A bulb is not a seed. A bulb comes from, sometimes they call them seed bulbs, especially when you're talking onions, but it is not a seed. So this bulb can start to multiply. Over the years, once you plant it in the ground, it will start to form bulbets on the sides of it. So you can see we have the mother bulb here, the original bulb, and then over time you get these bulbets on the side. Now these are going to be genetically identical to the mother bulb. So if the mother bulb was yellow, these are going to be yellow. So you're going to plant this, you're going to let it sit in the ground 6 years or so, and then you're going to divide them up. And when you pull them out of the ground, just like I did in my video, you break off the bulbets and you plant these in different places, and the whole system starts all over again. You got your mother plant, the bulbets will start to form on the side, and you get more and more flowers. So that is why daffodils are so great. They multiply, they're very easy to grow, and you can get rewarded with tons and tons of bulbs to give away to your friends, which the bulbs that I dug up in the beginning of this video, I ended up with 1,000 daffodil bulbs. What am I going to do with 1,000 daffodil bulbs? I have no idea, but you'll just have to stick around and see what I come up with. I have a plan, but I'm not sure if it's going to work. So I'll catch you later. Get out into your garden and have some fun.